Welcome. You're listening to Verse of the Day with iDisciple. We hope a new verse every day of the week encourages you. Today's verse is Matthew chapter 20, verse 28. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Robert Morris of Gateway Church has some great words on God's willingness to pay full price for our redemption. Take a listen.
Lutrosis. It means the full payment of a slave. Lutrosis, the full payment of a slave. The scriptures, Hebrews 9:12 says, not with the blood of goats and calves, but with his own blood. He entered the most holy place once for all, having obtained eternal redemption. Eternal redemption. This word means the full ransom. He paid the full payment for us. Now, think about this though. If a person is selling something and he thinks it's more valuable, what does he do? He raises the price. I can remember one time, Debbie and I were with this couple who were friends of ours, and we were looking at a home with them, and Debbie and I and the man's wife, we were saying, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. In a moment, the man who was looking at home called us over the side, and he said, would the three of you shut up? Because the more you talk, the higher the price goes on this house. And that's exactly the way it would be if you're selling something and someone really wants it, then what do? You raise the price. Okay, I want you to think about this. God gives ownership of the world to Adam and Eve. They lose it to Satan. So God decides to redeem us. He decides to buy us back. Do you think Satan knew how much God wanted us? Sure he did. And I just wonder if a conversation like this took place. You or I were standing on the slave block, and God came up and said, I want that little boy right there. I want that little girl. That right there, I want that girl. And Satan might have said something like this. Oh, you want that girl? Okay. I'll tell you what the price is of that girl. I'll give you that girl if you'll give me your son. But just so you know, I'm going to take your son, and I'm going to mock him, and I'm going to beat him, and I'm going to nail him to a cross until he dies. Now, do you still want that little girl? And God said, yes.
Thank you for tuning in today. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, expand your faith by challenging yourself to walk in the spirit of the Good Samaritan. Subscribe to our new podcast, Walking Through Samaria, available wherever you listen.
The other side of the road is safe, where we sidestep being bothered and avoid getting involved. But rolling up your sleeves and boldly going where few dare to tread, that's walking through Samaria. Each week on our podcast, we introduce you to the special few who walk in the spirit of the Good Samaritan. On behalf of the Giving Company and your hosts, David Hendrickson and Dan Riveros, welcome to the Walking Through Samaria podcast.